Hey there, I'm Mike Bills. I'm with Measurable Solutions, and this is Whiteboard Wednesday. So today we're going to talk about finding rockstar staff, because that's what everybody wants, right? That is going to, explode your practice, really help you to expand, treat patients better, really take care of things, right? And then it's going to mean a whole lot less headaches, and you can go home at the end of the day and enjoy things when you're home, eating dinner with the family, etc. And I remember, back in the beginning when I was starting out my practice, I always felt like, I was struggling to find the right staff. And it really kind of comes down to some simple things. You want to find staff that are, that are dedicated to patients the way that you are, whether they're working at the front desk or they're working in the back, they're a tech, they're a PT, whatever it might be. You want to know that they're dedicated to you, right? To the patients. But you also want to know that they're dedicated to you and that they're on board. They're on the ship. They're going to ride that ship with you. They're going to ride it through the high waves that are going to come and the easy coasting seas that are going to be there as well. And you want to know that they're dedicated to you. And so it's really important to find that rock star staff. And that's something whenever I talk to practice owners, they always want to know, how did you find those rock star staff? And it really kind of comes down to some simple processes. First thing is that I had to need to know what I wanted and needed out of every staff member that I was going to hire. In the beginning, it was me. I was the guy doing the scheduling. I was answering the phones. I was treating the patients, and I had a tech, and that was about it. So I knew in my head, I knew what I needed because I was the one that was running those tasks. But as you start looking to find staff to take those things over for you, or to additional staff to add new people into what's going on and help you to expand, you're going to need to know what it is that you need from them. What do you need them to be able to do? And my advice to you is sit down and write that out, right? And the second thing that you want to then be able to do is you want to be able to make sure that you really have a good training process in place. Again, you got a really good person right now, you're looking to replicate that, or you're replicating yourself because you're going to pass something off to somebody else. So make sure that you've got a really good training process in place, because what's going to happen is you're going to be so desperate, you're going to want to kick that person loose, get them out on the floor, let them start working, and they're going to have their own ideas of how they're going to go about things, and you're going to have more headaches than you had when you started. So again, if you're looking for those rock star staff, here's some things to do. The first thing you want to do is that you want to know what you need from them. Make sure you got that written down. I have a big whiteboard in my office, and when we're looking for a new staff member, I just write down everything that we need out of them. Criteria, we want them to be able to work these hours. This is what I want. This is, however detailed you want to get that, because when you define it, before you know it, that person will show up and walk right in your door. The second thing that you want to do is you want to test them before you hire them, right? So here's how we do that. I'll give you an example. I'm hiring for somebody at the front desk. There's a test that they go through. We give them a list of 3 patients that aren't scheduled, and they've got to call those patients. And we give them a little tutorial on how to do that, etc. But if they can't do that comfortably, you're going to struggle with that person, and they are not going to be that rock star staff member that you're looking for. So train them, so before you bring them in and you actually hire them, find out what they can actually do. And then the last thing that you want to do is you want to train them. Before you cut them loose, put them into what we call quarantine. Their name badge that they get says in training, and so they're in quarantine. And we don't cut them loose unsupervised. This is true for a therapist. We don't cut them loose unsupervised until they're out of quarantine. In a sense, we're kind of putting a mask on them and keeping them from spreading whatever bad habits they have from the last place they were. So get them trained, and when you get them trained and they're doing what you want them to do and how they're doing it, and how you want it done, you will have that rock star staff. You can step back, you can go home early, eat dinner with the family, go for a run, go play golf, whatever it might be. So I hope this helps out. It's a little action plan for you to follow. Get it in place, work on it over the next week, and I'll see you next week for the next Whiteboard Wednesday. Thanks.